Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much for joining myself, Alexandra Schleuderer, CEHV's cantorial soloist, and our entire CEHV community this evening. Please join in turning to page 127 in our Siddur. If you do not have a physical copy of our Siddur, please find a virtual PDF version on the virtual tab of our website below this video. Using a split screen or additional device, you are invited to follow along. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that could never be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. Moving forward to page 129. We recognize and we celebrate the Sabbath in song. Continuing on the same page, Kol Dodi. Hark, my beloved comes leaping over the mountains, bounding over the hills. lai, 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 lai. Moving forward to Lecha Dodi 138, we read verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. It is our tradition on verse 9 to stand and face the entrance of our sanctuary, to bow, make ourselves smaller, to invite the Sabbath in, to invite maybe the hesitant or straying feet into our midst. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Shabbat nikabela, Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Yishmi'anu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shemo tiferet v'letila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, ki hi makor ha'beracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Hitoreri, ki vahorechu mi'ori, uri shir daberi, kivod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Boi b'shalom ateret bala, ga b'simcha uvutzola, toch emunei am sigula, boi chala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. We have come to our candle lighting in our service this evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lihadlik ner shel Shabbat. As the Shabbat lights illumine a dark moment as the sun has set on our Shabbat, we take a moment to recognize angels in our midst. Shalom Alechem. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we like to give voice and recognize the names of those workers who are essential for our survival in these times. Tonight, please join me in honoring nurses Marie Delaparte, Christina Dubois, Teresa Eggers, Teresa Esposito, Lindsay Miller, Jane Montier, Cindy Pomeranz, Helen Powers, Joni Savago, Lucinda Siegel, Christina Snell, Amy Staley, Ashley Wallace, Ben Wilder, Elisa Williams. These doctors, Linda Brandon, Amy Kagula, Joe Cohen, Shani David, Elliot Dresnick, Lee Gerson Friedman, Nicholas Friedman, Stephen Grossman, Alan Haley, Jan Hoyt, Roger Husted, Stephen Kaplan, Howard Leifer, Liz Levine, Aaron Daniel Levitt, L. Levitt, Noah Alexander Levitt, Richard Levy, Matthew Lorty, Hannah Mittenberg, Wendy Parrish, Stephen Schwartz, Andrew Yanowski, Martin Krakauer, Jonathan Sumber. These healthcare workers, Yisrael Aga, Dara Clausen, Bar Levi Romer, Catherine Monsky, Joseph Schwendeman, Amy Skorka, Maureen Terranova, Jaron Whittam. These first responders are firefighters and law enforcement professionals, Ryan Coletti, Mark Donchek, Steve Fleischer, Don Hughes, Karen Leader, Abe Markowitz, Anthony Schleuderer, Russell Seymour, Kahana Skolnick. Education professionals in our community, Sandy Albeli, Cindy Binney, Kara Levine Brenner, Carolyn Sertinsky, Lauren DePola, Molly Levine Hunt, Jim Hunt, Tammy Logan, Joanne Miller, Tracy Pollock, Cameron Robb, Lauren Rose, Erin Swan, Sue Worthman, Karen Zreck, Brett Zuckerman. These social workers and mental health professionals, Andrew Binney, Charlie DeGeorge, Anastasia Duvolyanetti, Jenna Lee Fish, Dara Heinlein, Deb Jones, Stephen Kahn, Lauren Petties, Julie Stein-Mikowski, Sherry Tessler, grocery staff workers, Jill Smith, Mike Becker, Matthew Wilder, technicians, mechanics and maintenance professionals, Mike Brewer, Brian Lestrange, and our transportation professional, Danny Miller. Shalom Alechem. Shalom Alechem, page 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharit, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchi HaMlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boechem L'Shalom, Malchi HaShalom, Malchi Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchi HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. השלום מלכי עליון ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא צאתכם לשלום מלכי השלום מלכי עליון ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שלום עליכם שלום עליכם מלאכי השרת מלאכי עליון ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Continuing on to the bottom of page 145. Lawrence Kushner teaches, entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time. Even at unlikely times and through unlikely places, there is no place on earth without the presence. As we move from our Seder last week on Saturday on Tu B'Shvat, our celebration of trees, to tonight, our Shabbat Shirah, Shabbat of song, we reflect on ways we can be more in balance with the earth and with ourselves. I invite us to make some room here before we enter into formal worship to meditate on the translated text and on the melody of Lamdani paragraph. By paragraph, you can find the text on page 145. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, unripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to hope, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, unripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days, lest my days be as the one before, lest routine set my ways. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days, lest my days be as the one before, lest routine set my ways. Lamdani Elohai, Barich v'hit palil, Lamed et siftotai, bracha v'shir halil. turning to page 146. We call one another to formal worship. Please join me at the bottom of page 149. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my sister, my brother, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
Baruch atah Adonai, Hamari Varavim.
Our Shema is flanked by two prayers of ahava, of love. First, one of love that we receive. And after the Shema, the v'ahavta, the love that we share. Please join together on page 150.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadita, Al kin Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbenu ufkumenu nasiach behukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayinu ve'orech yameinu Negei yoman v'layla, negei yoman v'layla, ve'achavat chal tasir mimenu li'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael, ohev amo Yisrael.
Page 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Olam Vaed. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod
Love your source with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work. Whether you are tired or you are rested, let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for Hashchina. I am Adonai, your source. I led you out of Egypt to become your source. I am Adonai Hashchina. Page 154. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לעוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot. That wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching. Marching together, joining hands, moving towards our future. Please join me on page 158. Mi amor. As we celebrate Shabbat Shirah, the Shabbat of Song of Singing, we turn to page 646 for Miriam's Song at the Sea.
They danced the whole night long. And Miriam was a weaver of unique variety. The tapestry she wove was one which sang our history. With every strand and every thread she crafted her delight. A woman touched with spirit, she dances toward the light. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing the song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced, they danced the whole night long. When Miriam stood upon the shores and gazed across the sea, the wonder of a miracle she soon came to believe. Whoever thought the sea would part with an outstretched hand, and we would pass to freedom and march to the promised land. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced, they danced all night long. And Miriam the prophet took the timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her just as she had planned. And Miriam raised her voice in song, she sang with praise and might. We've just lived through a miracle, we're gonna dance all night. Lie, 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 lie. Followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced, they danced all night long. (165). Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits. The source's will to prevail in our lives, prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. Please join me in facing Jerusalem. תפתח ופי אגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. La 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 la
Amidah continues in a whispered prayer, Balachash, through page 180. (178). Ose shalom bimromov, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ose shalom bimromov, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. We have now come to a moment in our service where we have an opportunity to offer our support, offer our prayers for healing, Amisha Berach, for those who are in need of attention of the heart, of the soul, of the body. We offer our prayers for healing for Abel Ben Rachel David, Kenneth Atkins, Amanda Batista, Susan Bosch, Daniel Jules Brenner, Andrea Klein, Audrey Cohen, Barbara Cohen, Phoebe Cohen, Adele Corvin, Tyler Corvin, Louis Costello, John Gautier, Joy Gross, Darren Jacobs, Judy Jacobs, Jacob Kerr, Seth Kerr, Mary Jane Klein, Lou Klein, Martha Leinbach, Paul Markovitz, Howard Pellet, Ben Reyes, Kristen Riley, Tony Rosenstein, Robin Stone, John Valenti, Ellen Vogelov, George Wells, Ben Wilder, Phyllis Wolfield, Gretchen Zimmerman. We offer our continued healing prayers to Todd Albailey, Tommy Anderson, Bonnie Amantro, Jan Bennett, Joe Callie, Robert Cohen, Michael Corvin, Frank Costello, Vanessa Durant, Steve Fine, Cheryl Fitzsimmons, Barbara Gallagher, Francine Glasser, Mark Greenberg, Marcia Hamburg, Valerie Henderson, George Jones, Danny Joseph, Marty Cantor, Anita Cantor, Heather Kite, Jill Levy-Corley, Charles Lipman, Naomi Lurie, David Mallon, Joanne Moore, Anne Murkoff, Catherine Nichols, Navia Newsy, Orly Batsvia Vichaya, Steve Perlmutter, Antoinette Phelan, Lillian Rich Schuster, Dave Rosenthal, Evelyn Rosenthal, Kyle Rothgeb, Barbara Sahlberg, Henry Sanderson, Shirley Schneider, Deborah Sears, Phil Searles, Sloan Shortley, Michelle Simon, Charles Lutsky, Elaine Trott, Mark Trott, Sandy Viner, Karen Wilder, Mac Williams, the Livingston House staff and residents. Page 371. Mi sheberach avotinu, Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov. Mi sheberach imotinu, Sarah Rivka Leah v'Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Bless us with a vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us faith, show us the way. Mi sheberach avotinu, mi sheberach imotinu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Shabbat Shalom. It is such a blessing and a gift to be here with you this evening. Shabbat Shirah, Sabbath of singing, Sabbath of song, dedicated to crossing of the Red Sea and dedicated to the power of song. We were lucky enough to celebrate Tu B'Shavat in welcoming a few musical guests for our Seder last week. It will be my dream come true for next year. On our Shabbat Shirah, we are side by side singing together. While many of us are left feeling lonely, disconnected due to this pandemic and the vital precautions that keep us safe, please remember you are not alone. That during each service, your community and beyond are with you, praying and singing alongside you. That simple idea, sharing song together, is such a vital part of what makes our community here at Congregation Emmanuel. And it's one of the many reasons I am so thankful to be your cantorial soloist. The majority of our congregation carry a deep passion for music, whether that is playing an instrument, playing guitar, dancing, just moving to the beat, singing in the shower, singing your favorite round of Osa Shalom with your family, writing a new song, or filling that role of supporter, listener, and enjoyer of music. Music plays a huge part of our life. It is so exciting to see the musical moment in this week's portion. As we settle into this Shabbat, it feels like the perfect time to indulge and let the music, melody, and story take us away for a moment, maybe taking us someplace with a warmer climate for those of us tuning in from the Northeast. So here we are at the opening of our portion in Exodus, our portion Bashalach. The people have left Egypt by way of the wilderness and now find themselves at the Sea of Reeds. Here in chapter 14, verse 21, we see a miracle take place. The Eternal, with the help of the hand of Moses, moves the water to form a wall on the left and the right sides as the children of Israel make it through dry shod. After Hashchina saves the people from their oppressors, seeing the Eternal's power, the Israelite people celebrate. They celebrate lifting their voices, singing the Song of Songs to the Eternal, found here in chapter 15, verses 1 through 18. In our Sefer Torah, we will look at tomorrow, our Torah scrolls. This is such a monumental and special moment that it is physically set out on the page differently. So tune in tomorrow to check that out. It is from this Song of Songs, in this portion, that the rabbis have adapted our prayer Micha Mocha. If we peek at our prayer books on page 158, you will see that there are 3 footnotes with citations from the line of Exodus. You may have noticed a different tune for our Micha Mocha this week. It was a bit risky on Shabbat Shirah, as we are taking that faithful step forward towards freedom to choose a new melody. And as always, I thank you for your openness. Let's take pause to explore this as an example of the power that song and melody hold in our minds and our spirit. How does it feel when you are praying with us on Friday evening or during our Saturday morning minyan, and you are yearning for a certain setting of a prayer, a certain song, and you hear the first few notes? You might begin to feel at home, feel comforted. Maybe it transports you to a time when you sang this melody with your children, or you were hearing it as a child yourself. What about that feeling when Rabbi and I introduce a new melody? As we move through the melody, after the first time, as we get to the second time, how does that feel? Maybe it brings new light to a prayer you've been overlooking. Or the melody uplifts, and for a moment on your Shabbat, the weight of a heavy week is lightened. Or maybe you are still aching for your favorite Adon Olam, or you can't get that high holiday tune of Hashkivenu out of your mind. Lai, 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 lai. I will take a moment to indulge in our favorite Micha Mocha, in our more familiar setting of Micha Mocha. What is cool about the first I played earlier in our service is that that arrangement is also set by Debbie Friedman, Zichronam Levracha, may her memory be for a blessing, from about 15 years before our more well-known tune. So I thought that it would be okay to introduce something brand spanking new, yet its sources was the mind of Debbie Friedman. So we are on page, moving back to 158, and one of my favorite parts, besides the amazing melody, here is that this sets more of the text than ours earlier. So take a look. Yai lai yai lai 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 yai lai lai yai lai yai lai yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai yai lai lai yai lai 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 yai lai 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 mi chamocha ba'ilim Adonai mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh nora tehilot osei fele nora tehilot osei fele malechutecha ra'u banecha bokei olam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam ze'elianu ve'amru ze'elianu ve'amru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Lai 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 lai. Familiar melodies hold a grounding and comforting quality. We honor and cherish these tunes as they cradle our souls, and in an indescribable, almost magical way. One might say it is in a divine way. With our roots grounded, we balance that steadiness with the ability to stretch, matir asurim, to reach for growth. While reflecting on Tu B'Shvat, we celebrated the trees for doing just that. This divine creation, growth, this newness, this greenness, is inspired and enlivened through new melodies, reinvigorating our bodies, renewing our spirits, as we tap our toes and dance together towards the promised land. As we move through the end of January, the first month of our secular new year, with a new president and full cabinet installed peacefully last week, there is much to take away from this magical moment in our parsha. We must remain connected to our roots and move with confidence and faith. The fortification of this foundation allows us to focus on that which we must do to create and maintain a space for Miriam, singing a new song, dancing a new dance, leading us into a future that revolves around true equity and freedom from oppression for all beings. We have arrived at a moment for announcements today. Tomorrow, Saturday morning minyan begins at 10 a.m. Tuesday, February 2nd, Committee for Spiritual Practices meets at 7 p.m. Also next week, our regular weekly classes schedule resumes, beginning with one on Wednesday with Hebrew Trope and Conversational Hebrew and Confirmations classes monthly. Wednesday evening meeting is also next week. Confirmations classes monthly Wednesday evening meeting is next week. And then on Thursday, intermediate Hebrew followed by Chai with the Rabbi. Purim, Megillah, and Spiel will be on Friday, February 26th. There are many ways to participate this year. We are so excited to announce the return of our annual Mishloah Manot program, which options to donate baskets for the Rondout Valley Food Pantry, as well as the popular secret gift basket exchange. We also have special Hamantaschen ordering, Spiel submission opportunities, and more. Be part of the program. Send in your own short spiel. Please see your emails and on our website for more information, order forms, and submission links. If you know an essential worker to be honored by having their name read each week, please send us their name and occupation. If you are interested in joining our active committees that often meet monthly or more frequently, please reach out to the main office to be connected. Newcomers are more than welcome. For more information, see our website, cehv.org, or by contacting our office. Our building remains closed, but we are available by phone or email, so please reach out. Please join me on page 595. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways we remember, we remember. Our hearts are with all of the families who are observing their Shloshim, their Shana, their year of mourning. We are with the Feldman and Bars family, Shapiro family, the Bosch family, the Gutterman family, Ryder family, the DePola family, the Mikowski family, the Albeli family, and the Gold family, and all others who are in their year of mourning, we are with you. So too do we weave in the memory of loved ones from our community who have died in seasons past. In years past, in this season, our hearts join with yours in remembering Esther Bosch, Alfred Corvin, remembered by Michael Corvin, Abe Davis, Bessie Dubb, remembered by Marcia Hamburg, Sydney Engel, Elaine Krasik, remembered by Russell Karasik, Joseph Lestrange, remembered by Carmel Gold, George Lieberman, remembered by Evelyn Rosenthal, Harry Litt, remembered by Judith Golub, Sam Mann, Martha Marks, Molly Miller, Seema Seidel, remembered by Barbara Ronder, Anna Solomon, Georgie Starr, remembered by Valerie Mittenberg, Max Stern, Leon Tepper, remembered by Barbara Levy, Louis Unnell, Marius Weiner, remembered by Paula Galli, Morris Weiner, and Rosa Wolf. May their memories be for a blessing. Please join me on page 598 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabba be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'emru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam ul'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal. Shmei d'kudusha baruch hu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata da'amiran ba'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol b'nei Adam v'imru amen. Please join me as we lift our voices in song together on page 640. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב לכבודו לאדוני, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב לכבודו לאדוני, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון. לחגי בבוקר חסדך ומונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היקיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב לכבודו לאדוני, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידך רנן. מה גלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב לכבודו לאדוני, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון, עליון. Please join me for a kiddush right now. On page 123. Lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen, amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit. Ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim. Ki vanu v'chorta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai Mikadish HaShabbat. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lacha min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom. See you tomorrow.